Good, great, hard as hell, basic, just bad, hard as hell, trash as hell. Okay, I think that's a good tier list. Anybody disagrees with any of these things? Want me to change any of these labels? Is this difficulty or how much we like them? How much we like them? Because yeah, there are two tiers which mention difficulty, but you know that's I don't know. A difficulty can either enhance how you should look at this. A super difficult boss might be just an enhancement to a great boss, and a difficulty to a boss could be a detractor from a just bad boss. Does it make sense? Okay, I'm gonna explain as we go along. I'm gonna explain as I go along, I guess. You only need 2 tiers? No, I need more. Okay. Otherwise, it's not a tier list. Otherwise, it's just like I like or not like, you know. Otherwise, we could have just done splash and pass. That could have needed 2 tiers, but we don't do that. Okay. So the first one is the 4 kings. Anybody remember 4 kings? It's like you jump into a hole. 1 king appears. You run to the king. You be like, okay, I have big armor. I just smash you until you die, because I have to smash you very, very quickly, because then the second king is gonna appear, and then the second king is gonna appear, and the second king is gonna appear, and the second king is gonna appear, and you have to kill them all. It's just this DPS race. You just run down there, and it just tests you if you have enough damage to continue, right? Like the boss pattern also isn't anything. The boss just swings his sword either like that or swings it in a different pattern. It's not really that interesting, and because it is just a DPS race, I would say just bad. Okay, it's not a good boss. It's not a good boss. Okay. 4 Kings aesthetic 6 out of 10. Fight 4 out of 10. I could agree with that. Yes, I do understand that. To the bottom to the bottom. Okay. There's only bad and trash bosses in Dark Souls 1. I disagree. Next one is which one is that? Is that, so I assume this is the, wait, which is the base one? This is the base one? Do we have any text or anything? So we have the 3 demons, right? I know this is the fire demon. Which is the asylum demon? Which is the other one? Just bad for all of them? I don't agree. So I would say that I'm assuming this one is going to be the asylum, right? No you. I don't remember what the one below is. Yeah, okay, I don't know. So let's assume this is the asylum one. This is the first one you see. I will put this one as good, because I think it is a good first boss. It is a boss that people who haven't ever played any Dark Souls game can get past, and it's a boss that just teaches you, how to roll, basically. The boss just teaches you how to roll and when to roll, and I think as a tutorial boss, it is a great boss, I would say. As bad hitboxes, well, every boss in Souls universe has bad hitboxes, okay? Hated about boss? Yes, but you learned how to play the game, though. You learn how to play the game, and that is why the game, I would say the boss is good. Because even Somnix, I watched Somnix play the start of this game, she learned how to play the game with that boss. And then I quit? Yes, you did. But I will still put it at good, because it's a good tutorial boss, in my opinion. Asylum has the weird lumpy drum-looking hammer, and the only one below has a stick because it does explode spells. Oh, you're right. Okay, so this is the Asylum one. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. It's good. True. Okay, so then let's do the one below. The one below is just bad. I remember hating it. Okay, no, actually, it's not just bad. It is hard as hell and trash as hell, okay? I died to this one uncountable amount of times. And why is it trash as hell? Because it's just a reskin of the top one with adding random, dumb, exploding spells, which makes no sense. I don't like this boss at all. I don't like enemies that explode much anyway. I think it's a very... Explosions, I feel like, is a very weak and... it's a very... What is the word for it? It's a very lazy attack pattern. It's like, you know, I didn't have time to actually make the enemy move in a different way. I'll just add, after all the normal moves, explosion. I don't like it. I don't like it. Because, like, while the first Asylum Demon was a good tutorial boss, right? While the first Asylum Demon was a good tutorial boss, that's all it was. The next one, you don't need to tutorial boss over again. You don't need to fight the same guy over again. Because the tutorial is over, you know? I like being bad. Understandable. Understandable. I say Asylum is it is basic because it's finally the first... It's literally the first tutorial boss. Yes, but it's a good tutorial boss. It is basic, but it's a basic boss, but it's in the good... It's in a good place. It's in the perfect place in the... You know, in where it is, you know? Tutorials can be exciting. Yes. Like Gundyr? Yes, Gundyr is exciting. The thing about Gundyr is, Gundyr is in the third installment of the game. Okay? This is the first installment of the game. I know, like, a lot of people, me included, started out the Soul series in the third installment, right? But you should probably be starting out with the first one. And if the first one like, Gundyr doesn't really teach you stuff. Gundyr is just like a challenge, right? Gundyr doesn't really teach you anything. This one teaches you stuff. Also, we're already past that one. Stop talking about Asylum Demon. We already talked about the next demon, okay? For the same reason as I put the one below. The second Demon Souls? Sure. First installment of the series. Okay. Unless you find a secret area, there's Champion Gundyr who will open your booty hole. Yeah, there was Champion Gundyr. I remember that guy. So with the same reason, I will say, and no, Champion is not easier. That's an untrue statement. The fire one is basically the same thing. It's just a different color. The explosion is red instead of purple or green, or what was it? It's a red explosion this time. Wow. Wow, what a fantastic boss video game. No, it's not a fantastic boss video game. Oh. It looks like we are going from a bad boss to a bad boss. Now, this boss is the worst of them all. This boss is the worst of them all. Okay. And it's the Chaos Roots Chaos one? I didn't find Champion to be that difficult in comparison to the other bosses in the game. Really? I mean, I guess at that point it's not as hard as the other bosses in that point of the game. But it's a hard boss, you know? It is harder than the first one, right? Better Chaos, yes, Better Chaos, yes. Better Chaos deserves its own bottom trash tier. Sure, I do understand that argument. I do understand. Better Chaos is definitely worse than these two. It changed color S tier? Wait, what? Really? Wait, what happened? What? What changed color? What the hell? But yeah, Better Chaos. If anyone remembers Better Chaos, it's just the one that makes the floor disappear and then, you know, sweeps you in there and you can't dodge. You have to do dumb running, and it's a bad boss. It's a bad boss. Okay, it's a bad boss in a bad area. That doesn't help it. I don't think I have to explain this much. I think everybody understands. At least those who watched my series or played the game themselves. I think I lucked out and did Better Chaos in 2 tries. Really? Because I spent... does anybody remember how many tries I did? Probably not, right? Because I think I died there a lot of times. A lot, okay? Jesus. Next up. Gargoyles. Gargoyles. I think in the first Souls game, Gargoyles might be one of the good, you know, it's a good boss of the game. It's one of the better ones in that game, I would say, you know. Gargoyles is, I don't know. I usually don't like double bosses much because I just don't have the attention span to fight two bosses at the same time. But I don't know. It was cool. I like the design. I like that you walk on like a roof and there's like, ooh, gargoyle comes down. Then you fight the gargoyle, and then in the middle battle, there's like, ooh, another gargoyle, and then you're like panicking, and then like, what the fuck's happening? And to me, why is this game doing that to me? But then when you understand how the boss works, I think it's pretty good. I very much like gargoyles. Gargoyles was really easy, except for the terrible hitboxes. Well, for me, it wasn't easy, okay? For me, it was pretty hard. Bethesda, what were you just finding out? That you're just really good at the game, okay? Yeah. But yeah, I think I would put Gargoyles' DPS check. In what? Really? Why would you say that? I don't know if I agree. Why would you say that? Because I would put Gargoyles in the great tier. Right here. I wouldn't say it's like the best boss, and it's not hard as hell, definitely not. Why would you say it's a DPS check? You have to burn one down or deal with two? Yeah, but you usually have to deal with two, though. At least in my I mean, the second one doesn't count. It doesn't come down based on like a timer. The second one comes down based on the health, right? So it's, yeah, but you can deal with two. Yeah, exactly. You can deal with two. In the king situation, dealing with two is not really that, you know, applicable, I guess. They too much HP to be the best checked? Yes, also true. Except if you have like a lightning, what is it called? The lightning rubber or whatever it's called. Then it's, you know, then they don't have much health at all. I can usually almost kill one before I have to interact with the other one. Well, maybe you're just doing some kind of strat then, you know? Lightning rubber. Yes, lightning rubber. Exactly. That's what I was talking about. Okay. The next one here on this list says, I think there's a dragon from the DLC. Now, I don't remember the dragon much, because I beat him in the third try. Okay, I just beat him in the third try. But I've seen other people fight the boss. I've seen a lot of people fight the boss, and I don't know. I've never liked dragon bosses. In my opinion, the dragon bosses and the other super huge enemy bosses, you know, with the exception of Bloodborne's big enemies, because those are good. But with the other, you can't see when they make attacks, right? You see their legs, right? But like you see when you attack the dragon, you see the dragon's legs, but you don't see the dragon's head, which the head is the one that attacks, or you don't see the tail, because the tail is the one that attacks. So you don't see the attacks at all. You just see the legs, because that's the only point you can attack. Is that Kalameet? Yes, that's Kalameet. Yeah. Dragons are only found in Monster Hunter. I've never played Monster Hunter. Never played Monster Hunter. I assume MH is Monster Hunter. All dragons kind of suck. Yes. So I will say, Kalameet goes into just bad tier, because like it wasn't that hard, at least to me. I don't know. It's personal opinion, I guess. But it's just a bad boss. I didn't like it. It's just a bad boss. Agree? Okay, good. Now, this guy. Okay, this guy. Anybody remember this guy? Wait. Okay, let's. Kalameet is kind of janky, but I feel like he's small enough and his attacks are telegraphed enough not to be annoying like the other huge bosses. You skip this guy. Wait, can you skip this guy? Really? Are you talking about Kalameet, or are you talking about what is this guy called? What is this guy called? Is the guy that hangs out in the small room with the dogs, right? What is his name? What is his name? I don't remember. Capra Demon, right? Annoying as fuck unless you insta kill the dogs. Yes. So I don't know where to put this boss, honestly. So the dogs are very annoying. Yes. And a lot of the runs when you run into the boss arena, it is kind of a coin toss if you're gonna get smashed by it. And when the dogs are down, it's kind of super basic. It's like the basicest boss when there's no dogs in there, right? I guess where I would put it, multi-bosses in tiny room, bad. Yeah. I would bad. So I guess if there were no dogs, okay, and if the arena wasn't that bad, I would say basic. But I think the dogs and the arena puts it to just bad. I wouldn't say it's hard as hell, because it's basically like a luck thing, you know? You run in, if you're lucky, you get the dogs, and then it's easy. If you're unlucky, you just die, right? So the luck part doesn't make the boss hard. Luck part just makes the boss bad. So I would just say just bad, okay? No, dogs would be basic. Exactly. Bad, bottom, depending on where you killed dogs, yeah. I think saying bottom tier bosses are hard is weird. So the explanation, which I already gave, but I'll give it again. Basically, look at the tier list. Ignore the top and the bottom tier. Ignore the red and the blue tier, okay? Ignore those. We have a tier list of how good the boss is, right? We have a tier list of how good the boss is, right? It goes from great to just bad, right? We put the bosses there, and then the thing is, in a Dark Souls game, in a Souls game, if a great boss is also very hard and you spend like hours on it, for example, let's put in a boss I just fought, Orphan of Cause, right? It's a great boss, but I spent 6 to 7 hours on it, right? So you have to spend a lot of time with a great boss. You learn it a lot. You spend a lot of time with it, and then the last rounds feel great because you're like, I know that attack. I know how to dodge. It just adds I think it adds a tier to it, right? It makes the boss a bit better because you're like, you have to learn it, and you're like, oh, I feel the flow. Oh, you know? It makes the boss more exhilarating when you beat it. For a bad boss, though, when you have a bad boss, just bad tier, right? If that boss is also hard, it just makes it just frustrating. You're just like, oh my god, I hate this boss. I don't want to do this anymore. You know, that kind of thing. You feel that? That's why the top and the bottom adds a hardness element. Okay? Hard agree. Oh my god. RNG is never a good boss design? True, very true, yes. Because the bosses can be super easy and trash. Yes, that's just bad. That's just bad tier. That's just bad tier for you. There are great bosses that aren't hard though either. Yeah, that's why we have a great tier. You feel me? That's why we have a great tier. Sometimes a bit of force variance is good. Yes, but I guess when Laura is talking about RNG, I feel like she means like unpredictable attacks that can just run out anywhere, right? Like it can just be like plop and you don't know what's happening, you know? That kind of RNG. Well, if I'm wrong, by the way, Laura, correct me. But that's how I read that sentence at least. Well, if that's the case, then Bed of Chaos would just be bad because you literally kill it with 2 well-placed firebombs and 1 brilliant attack. No. Yes, it does have little HP, but you have to fight this boss hundreds of times, or at least I did, because the boss just easily like you make one mistake, the boss just sweeps you into a hole and you die. That makes it hard. You know? Okay. Next boss. This guy. That's the Chimera guy, right? I'm thinking of shit like in 2 attacks just happen to align at the same time and you just die. Yes. Like, for example, also a reference to the Bloodborne playthrough. For example, the what are they called? The motherfucking shit, what is it called? The living failures. That's an RNG boss. You can stand in front of it and not get hit by anything. Throw some bombs and be okay. Lord, for that you need a guide, and you need to know how to align things. Most people don't play, or at least I don't play with a guide open all the time. So that's not the intended way to beat the boss. That's how you beat it easily. Yes, I did it on my second run through, like when I was trying to 100% the game. But that's not how you're doing it the first time, if you're not doing a guide. You know what kind of boss I hate the most though? The kind in which the boss is bad, and that makes it hard. Like, I hate the boss, so I don't want to engage with the content. So I don't try as hard as I should, so the boss becomes harder. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard as hell and trash as hell. Okay. I don't know. Difficulty is also subjective, as we see in chat. Living Failures was the easiest boss in DLC for me. Yeah, it is very subjective, of course, because for me, Living Failures was the second hardest boss in the game. Okay, or the second hardest boss that I died the most in. Top being, I mean, then I haven't finished the game yet, by the way. But it being Offer the Cause, Living Failures, and ROM. That's my top 3 hardest bosses of Bloodborne. Okay, let's go next. Let's go next. We're chatting a lot for each of these. Okay. What is this? Let's. Oh, this is the guy. This is the big guy that has like one move. One move sounds basic. And then it turns out afterwards, I read online that you can just run to one part of the boss arena, and it just dies automatically for some reason. I don't understand. Is that the little difference? It's as hell. Yeah. It's hard if you don't do the cheese. Yes, exactly. Is it hard? The guy only has one attack though. Yeah, garbage hit, but like once you learn the garbage hitbox, like it's just one attack or 2, but it doesn't matter, you know. It's super hard, sure, but just one attack. It's basic to me. Okay, next one. I'm gonna try to speedrun these. Next one. This is the Chimera boss with the super trash arena. I don't like this boss at all. Centipede Demon. Yeah, I don't like this boss at all. I would say it's just bad. I don't think I have to comment much on it. The arena is just very bad. The arena is just very bad. Basic? I think it's worse than basic. Okay, next one. The Spider Lady. Spider Lady. That's fair, okay. Spider Lady. I liked Spider Lady. Spider Lady was hard for me. Wasn't too hard. Was like the optimal hardness. And I don't know. I think it was kind of interesting. I liked it. Basic is a basic. I say good. I would say good. Optimal hardness. Shut up, Bethesda. Shut up. Shut up. But yeah, that's where I put that. Then Priscilla. Her name is Priscilla, right? Priscilla. Is it a boss? Is it even a boss? I mean, she had that cool invisibility thing. It's a cool gimmick. It's a cool gimmick, but like I killed her in like 2 or 3 hits with my big hammer. I don't, you know, I didn't even have time to learn her moveset. If she didn't have that, like, because when you figure out that oh shit, you have to look at the feet on the ground, right? You have to look at the feet in the snow. If that wasn't a thing, I would put it in just bad. I would say I put it in basic, because I think it was a clever idea to have to look for feet in the snow, right? I think it is a clever idea, because the snow isn't on the whole arena. The snow is just in some parts of the arena, so you have to like bait her into like those some parts of the arena. I think that was cool. Is that a good boss? It's basic. You know, it would be bad, but it's basic because, like, you know. Does it make sense? I think Priscilla is great. Good, really. Seeing where she was by looking at improvements, it's always a fun mechanic. Yeah, it was a fun mechanic. But the boss itself really wasn't anything, you know? I mean, Dark Souls 1 in general, everything is pretty much basic. I wasn't mechanically complex due to it being one of the first games. True, yes, I agree with that, but I still think that even with that in mind, like look at the mechanics of the fire spider boss. It's mechanically a much more interesting boss than Priscilla. Would you not agree? More variety in attacks, like some jumping, you know, like it has a bunch of shit in there, you know. Also buggy as hell with terrible hitbox. Really? Oh right. Oh, the whole game. Yeah. Of course. I mean, that's in a lot of those games in general. Okay. What was the name? What was the name? Hey, Dark Souls 1, by the way? I don't. I like the game. Fuck. I played this game so long ago, I don't remember the names of the bosses anymore. The NB on the moon of the moon, right? NB of the moon. What the name? Gwendolyn. Okay, Gwendolyn. Basic. Basic. I don't know what to say. Gwendolyn's so hot. I see we have more more tentacle people in chat. Okay. Then there's more people agree. Okay, I understand. Then we have the Spearman and the Hammerman. The Spearman and Hammerman. The worst was it really? Cause when I played it, I hated it. Afterwards, looking back at it, I kind of like it. But I don't know where to put it though. I don't know where to put this one though. Orntiness mode, the server stopped here, at least great. Okay, can more people give me opinions? Because I don't know where to put this one on my own. This was the hardest boss for me because it was so buggy. It was very buggy. That is very true. This boss is very buggy. Bottom? I'm not gonna put it in the bottom though. No way. By the way, okay, if you're saying bottom, you have to first tell me which in this relationship is the bottom and which is the top. If we're talking about Orcine as well, which is the top and which is the bottom? Please, I need to know. Like, probably one of the hardest bosses in the game. A well-done duo fight, considering it's the one. Yes, I do agree with that. Smoke is the bottom. Okay. I guess I'll put it as hard as hell and good as hell. It was hard. It was very hard. I spent a lot of time on this one. Okay, and it was a good boss. So I guess the description matches. Okay, I might move it around later, but the description matches. Okay. Also, how have you look at the backgrounds of these bosses? Some have a transparent background. Some have an environmental background. Some have a white background. Some have a checkered background. What's going on here? Smo is top because he's swinging his hammer. If you know what I mean. Oh my god. Okay. Next one is the Chompy demon. What is it called? The dragon. The Chompy dragon, the alligator face, teeth, body, gaping dragon. Yes, basic. I don't have to go much into it. Everybody knows. It's just like, yeah. Then there is Nito. Now, Nito is complicated, okay? But Barbara said it. Yes, exactly, Lord. Exactly. Skip this too. Nito or oh wait, you can't skip Nito. Gaping Dragon. Wait, can you skip Gaping Dragon? How can you go to? Oh, I guess you use Master Key then. Okay, I see. Nito. I don't like Nito. I don't like Nito at all. Okay. This might be a very, very hot take. This might be a very hot take. You say good, I say hard as hell, trash as hell. And like, before you start being angry in chat, let me explain. Okay? Why is Nito hard as hell and trash as hell? Nito was interesting, but I agree with the bottom. Yes. So the boss itself, you know, if we remove the skeletons, Nito is a bottom. Okay. But his tier is average. So you would know. Oh my god. Are you saying that Bone is an S tier top? What I would say about Nito is that remove the skeletons, remove the dumbass attack from the bottom, like that one that swings like he like does like a scream and it's like brah. Remove those two things. Remove the part that you lose some health when you drop in. Remove the terrible run to the boss. It's a basic boss. But add all those things back in, and you remove the ability to use a faith weapon, a holy weapon. Remove the ability to use a holy weapon, because nobody will do that in the first playthrough. Nobody will do that. It's bad, and I died a lot to that. I think you understand. I think everybody understands. You add those things back in, and it's not just not a good boss. Okay, it's not just not a good boss. It rewards very specific playstyles, and anything that's cool. I think that's not good. Like a boss being harder for playstyles or easier for other playstyles is a good thing. But I think the difference is way too big. Because with a holy weapon, the boss is just like nothing. The boss is just a pushover. Without the holy weapon, the boss is just like, oh, you die. Nito's a greed check? I don't agree with that. Because what your argument probably is, if you run in and then, you know, you get all the skeletons to follow you, it's a hard fight. If you don't move, you're stuck in one place, and then he attacks with all the he blows up, and you still have to run into the skeletons anyway. Remember skeletons easy basic as fuck? Yeah. I'm surprised Batista didn't argue more with Orsine spoke. Need to rock his own minions? Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the boss at all. It still goes to the bottom for me, honestly. If you sit there and whack the boss, you lose. If you do smart tactics, hit and run NATO, deal with skeletons is interesting. I don't agree. I put them in high tier list, and Batista wasn't having it when I did it. Oh my god. Okay, now everybody's favorite doggo, God mentioning something about me killing Sif. If God's still here, I have no idea. Sif. So, if this boss was in any other game other than Dark Souls 1, it would be basic. It's in Dark Souls 1 though. For a Dark Souls 1 boss, he's a good puppy. He's a good puppy. He's a good puppy. I wouldn't say it's great, but he's a good puppy. He's a good puppy. He's a good puppy. He goes in a good tier. Okay, that's all it is. He's a good puppy. He goes in a good tier. Okay, he's a good puppy. He goes in a good tier. That's all I need to say. I think. It's the end of the game. If you don't do damage, that's just your build sucking. I don't know what else to say. No, Lord, it's not at the end of the game because you can go there first. Like, all you need to do is beat Orsine and Smough. You monster. X3, no less. Sif is trash tier fight, but she's a good doggo. Yeah. I would say it's trash tier for any other Souls game, because those had more advanced bosses. But for first one, I think it's a, a good girl. Good girl. Sif's a good girl, okay? Sif's a good girl. Oh my god. Why kill Poppy? Because I did not have a choice. Okay, I did not have a choice. Chat made me. I thought Sif's fight was pretty good for Dark Souls 1. Yeah. Ornstein Smough is halfway through the game. Nito's is being after them means it's late game, by definition. But the late game, like, but your level can vary so much. Because you could choose the order which you go through the last 4 areas, right? You can choose the order. So you could be at Nito at a very low level, because you don't need a big level to be at Ornstein Smoke. Ornstein Smoke is a, I would say, pretty early boss, honestly. I don't know. But if you go for Nito the last, yes, you are very high level, you know? Okay. Okay. So, next up, blim blim plum, 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 blim blim plum. I mean, Dark Souls in general, giving you option to go to a higher level area is a choice. If you speedrun to the in-game area, it's a choice. Okay, so this one, I don't know what to put this one. Honestly, don't. On my first run through, I killed him like first or second try. Second run through, I died like a million times on the NG+. I guess I am between good and basic. Other people, please help me choose. God saying basic. You can't know if you've never played it, bottom. My biggest gamer flex ever is that I died to the 4 kings. Ooh, that's very good. Nice. Well, just bad. One shot those easy bitches. Gwyn basic. Fight meth. Aesthetic good. Yeah, just bad. Okay, so I feel like everybody's going on the lower one, so I guess I'll put it on basic. Then again, most last bosses in Dark Souls games are kind of basic, maybe? I don't know. I like the Gwyn fight. I like the Plim Plim Pom song. The Plim Plim Pom song, cool. I was honestly so mad that Gwyn was the final boss. The music alone put it in higher tier for me. I understand. Okay, next one. Iron Guy, because we have been at this tier list for more than 40 minutes. Okay, we gotta speed this up. We're almost at the end. Boss basic music epic. I agree. Yes, but we are not judging by music here, because we have not been using music for judging for any of the other bosses. So I think it would be unfair if we put it higher just because of music, you know. But this also obviously abuse the AI. Oh really? Oh no. Iron Giant was cool fight. Basic. This guy, the guy that's like corrupted and all shit and all stuff, right? This guy. Hard as hell, good as hell. Artorias, top tier, obviously, yes. I would say even better than Ornstein. Into the break for the whole rest of the stream. It would be if we spent so much time on every boss, but we're not gonna. We're almost done. We're almost done. Okay. That would be funny, though. That would be funny. Artorias was the worst good, but at best Arturo was very good. Okay. He killed me literally for 4 hours straight. Well, I kind of got him on 3rd try. I'm gonna be honest. I got him on 3rd try. I don't like to flex often. I don't want to flex often in my streams, right? But like I got him in third try. Just gotta say it, okay? Just gonna say it out loud, okay? You also use shields? I did not. You liar! I did not use any shields. The fuck are you talking about? I didn't have any. I had a big hacking hammer, which makes it even a bigger thing because he's a fast boss. I had fucking this guy's hammer. Or I had Smoke's hammer. Okay, it's a big hammer. I couldn't even see Artorias for half of the fight because the hammer takes up half the screen size. Okay, give me a break. A shield my ass. Put AS down to great because Arthur has to be higher. No. Because it's also a hard fight. We already discussed how this works, okay? Both are great tier, but they're also hard, so I put them higher, okay? We already discussed this. I explained it, it's like 500 times already here, alright? Okay? Manus. Okay, let's go to Manus then. Okay, good point, Lord. Let's go to Manus. Manus was a great boss. It wasn't hard, though, so I'm not gonna put it hard. It's a pretty mediocre boss. 10 push-ups already? Oh my god. The hammer is big enough to be a shield, but I didn't press L1. I never pressed L1, okay? So, Manus was bottom tier. Really? I like that boss. I like how Manus is like a MMA fighter, like pum pum, you know. I thought that was cool. And then hydrate, okay. One, 4, 5, 7. Whew. You guys gotta make me buff today. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I did too. Let me do 3. Another cat snack? Oh my god. I struggle so much with Manus for some reason. I've seen people struggle with him a lot, yes. Bro, the bosses you find harder than the ones you don't blows my mind, Ollie. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Especially if we talk about Bloodborne. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I count? No, that's not how I count. I count everything. I didn't like Manus. Hitboxes were too generous for his attacks. Were they? Actually, Artorias' hitboxes were also bullshit. Well, just dodge. You literally, and I know this is an old meme that I use like 500 times on this channel already. You literally have a button on your controller, this one right here. You literally have a button on your controller that makes you invulnerable. There's a button on the controller that makes you invulnerable. What else do you want? Which other game gives you a button that makes you invincible? Just click the button. I play Harris High Reward. Ludwig, GG easy. Yeah. Ludwig was easy. Living fair isn't wrong. Bruh, yes, that is pretty accurate, yes. So, Moonlight Butterfly, just bad. It's a bad boss. It just doesn't do nothing. It's a bad boss. It's not hard, it's just bad. Okay, moving on. This guy. Pinwheel. If Pinwheel had more health, the attacks aren't bad, right? The attacks aren't bad, right? They in NG plus later cycles, Pinwheel can kill you quite easily, actually. I'll put it just bad. I know some people are asking for S tier. I'm gonna have to. This is. I'm sorry. Okay. Great boss didn't have anything to think about it. Oh my god. But yeah, like yeah, the health bar makes him like if he had a bigger health bar, it's a basic. Because low health bar, just bad. Okay. Next one. This little doggy. This other doggy. Okay. It's actually bottom there. Really? You didn't like this one? Because I would say. Hey, she got the snack back down. Let me beat her back. I just take the snack back down. I like the Guardian a lot. Yeah, I would say it's the same tier. It's basically a Sif with a spin to it. I liked it. It's a Sif with a spin to it, so I'll put it as good, I think. Hitbox trash, flies around everywhere, super annoying. I guess. I don't know. I liked having to dodge the charges and shit. For my favorite, second favorite of the DLC bosses. Interesting, interesting. Okay, next up. Seath. Seath is just like you run in a circle and he can't get you at all. I don't know. This is the point where the game, like, after this guy, honestly, in Smoke, the game quality just went like in the trash, I would say. Chat, would you say it's basic or would you say it's just bad? Because that's where I would be putting it. Either one of those. Seath just bad bottom. Okay. Any more opinions? Any more opinions? Seath is a bottom and also a terrible play. Oh my god! Just bad? Okay, let's put it just that bad then. Okay, cool. And then we have this demon guy. This demon guy jump scared me, so that's a plus, right? That's a plus. He jump scared me. He's like a basic boss, right? But I like the arena. I like how he can jump up the ladder, how he can jump down. Like if the fight was in a normal area, towards even basic. If it was a normal arena, like just a circle, right? It would be very basic. But I personally like the arena. So say good. It's a unique arena. Okay? Seath is half bottom. Of course he is. That's actually a good point. I don't know if I understand the joke. Can you explain, please? Can you explain the joke, please? The arena didn't seem to matter much. But you go up the ladder to fight the two skeletons, and he just jumps up and gets to you. I don't know, I like that. If Iron Giant is basic, Tower's Demon is more basic? No! No, I would say Tower's Demon is better than Iron Giant. Because Tower's Demon is the second boss in the game, right? Tower's Demon is the second boss in the game. He has the same moveset as Iron Giant. Or, you know, technically not the same moveset or whatever, but like they basically have the same moveset, right? But Towers comes at a point in the game where you expect the bosses to be more basic. Right? Iron Giant comes after gargoyles, after a spider. You expect more from a boss at that point of the game. Tower's Demon more fuckable. Hey, I would say the abs put Tower's Demon to good tier, at least. You have to agree with that the abs bump it up a tier. Come on, even if you think that the boss is basic, the abs have to bump it up, right? No? He didn't jump up for me, or I killed the skeletons so fast? Maybe. So if you kill the skeletons before the boss spawns, then he doesn't jump up, yeah. But, yeah. So that's a problem, I guess. That is a problem. I say Iron Giant is good still? I don't. Smash. Half of Seath is literally his bottom. Was the joke, or just big waste of that? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I'm not into abs unless they're in the feminine people. Okay, I agree. Okay. So I think this will be my tier list.